Every adventure starts with a great idea, and sometimes you have absolutely no idea what you've let yourself in for. This is the St Begas Way, a 36-mile journey across the Lake District, starting at St Bees and finishing at St Begas Church beside Bassenthwaite Lake. The route follows the story of St Bega, an Irish princess and a Christian saint traditionally believed to have travelled to this part of Cumbria over 1,000 years ago. Her name has become part of the landscape, and today the route gives walkers the chance to follow in her historic footsteps. Sounds quite peaceful, doesn't it? Well, it probably would have been if I hadn't have brought my wife. This was her first ever multi-day hike, and apparently somewhere along the way we decided walking 36 miles through the Lake District carrying everything we needed to survive would be a good idea. From the coast at St Bees, through the valleys of Ennerdale, over the heights of Honister and through Borrowdale, past the beautiful waters of Derwentwater and finally towards Bassenthwaite. This wasn't just going to be a walk, it was going to be an adventure. There would be stunning views, aching legs, heavy backpacks, questionable decisions, and probably a few moments where one of us seriously considered leaving the other one behind. Because 36 miles is a long way, especially when you're trying to keep a marriage alive at the same time. So the question wasn't really whether we'd make it to St Begas Church. The real question was, would we still be married when we got there? This is our journey along the St Begas Way. Hello you lovely people, and welcome back to a new adventure. I am out in Cumbria. I'm in St Bees, and no, I am not doing the coast to coast. I'm out doing the St Begas Way, 36-mile pilgrimage from St Bees Priory to St Begas Church in Bassenthwaite. And I'm not alone on this little adventure. I'm with my beautiful wife. She's always whinging that she misses out on these adventures, so I thought I'd bring her on to suffer. And we're coming up to our first kissing gate. These are my favourite kind of gate, especially when you're with somebody, because it is the law that you have to kiss when you go through a kissing gate. This is probably why Adam and Paul don't want to come hiking with me anymore, because I always insist we have to have a kiss. Oh. But yeah, we're just making our way along the St Begas Way, which is now the coast to coast path. We're just running parallel to the train tracks, and I believe we connect back up to the coast to coast path as this path goes under these train tracks. And then we're on basically on the coast to coast path all the way to Borrowdale. Then we'll jump on the Cumbria Way to Keswick and then make our own way from Keswick to Bassenthwaite. Well, yeah, bit overcast, but still quite muggy and warm, which is a blessing. And this is the official start of the St Begas Way, 36 miles from St Bees Priory all the way to St Begas Church at Bassenthwaite. Beautiful big church. 36 miles start now. I'm not alone, I am with the wife. Her first ever multi-day hike, so I want to pick a nice easy one for her. So St Begas Way starts just round this corner, which currently, because of a landslide on the cliff top, the coast to coast is on this path also, until we join back up with the Cleveland Way. But this is the original St Begas Way. Just at the minute the coast to coast is using this route to link back up with the coast to coast. So we're now officially back on the coast to coast path. Literally, if you're doing the coast to coast and you take the St Begas Way to this point, you do 2.1 miles and it saves you 3.9 off your final cut. But obviously you can take another route up to Sandwich and join that way. But yeah, it's not a bad little, it's mainly just a woodland and then your farmers' fields like it is now. Now this is the 4th time for me on this path. Plenty of sheep. How are you finding it so far?
Sweaty.
Well, that was very insightful. I'll bring you back for more insightful tips from Siobhan. So we're just stopping for a quick break. It's 12:30. We've only been going an hour, but we've been up since 6 this morning.
4 AM.
Still a lie, I've been up since 5. She's been up since 4. So we're going to stop, have a bite to eat. But this is the exact same spot me and Adam stopped back there when we done the coast to coast. So yeah, I'm going to take on some hydration, a snicky snacky snow, and we'll be back on our way. I missed you getting over there gracefully. You can see where I've stood. Just be careful because it's a little bit wobbly.
A little bit.
Yeah, just use it as a stepping stone.
Right, get ready.
Right, I've got ready. 250 quid here. Again, very uneventful.
Oh no. Oh, Danny. Oh.
She might slip. Go on the grass. Boom.
Thanks, Ralph.
So we're just up to Wainwright's Passage cricket ground. So we're just short of half a mile away from Cleaton, and then we've decided winds are quite heavy at the minute, gusts of up to 30 miles an hour. I've already done it 3 times. The wife's not fancying it, so we're not going to go up Dent. We're going to take, there's a route round, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the route round Dent to Ennerdale Bridge. Cleaton, 420 yards. So yeah, doing very well. I think time wise we're only looking at 1:30. So yeah, very, very good time. Especially as we didn't set off till after, I think it was 11:30 from getting trains 10 to 6 this morning. And a transfer. Yeah. We're about 3 miles away now from Ennerdale Bridge. It's seen on the map about an hour. So we just got across this bridge. No messing about on this bridge, straight over. Absolutely stunning. Single lane bridge, so no messing about, straight over. You can even have a little sit down there. We had a break back there. The wife had to put a couple of compedes on. She's got a couple of hot spots. Coast to coast path. So even though they were not gone up Dent, it's still an official coast to coast path, even though we're not on the coast to coast. But if I'm honest, I don't think she'd have got up Dent, and if she did, she'd have struggled coming down. As anyone who's done Dent knows, it's a beast coming down. So yeah, we're just road walking now till we get Ennerdale Bridge. I think we're going to get ourselves into the Fox and Hound, get a pint of Coke. She can have a pint of cider or whatever. Maybe some chips or something, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. Whether we're going to camp for the Fox and Hound, or see if we'll push on and do a little wild camp next to Ennerdale Water, roughly somewhere not too far from where me and Adam and all the lads done on day one of the coast to coast. So yeah. Right guys, we are at the Fox and Hound, just on that pub, just outside the tree, nice trickling back. There's the wife, look how happy she is. The most travelled duck. Now if you know, you know. So tonight we're in the Lanshan, still got its tag on. I lent it to Buzz when he done the West Island Way. Beat glassing. So yeah, just in the Lanshan too. My new bag, I'll show you that later. But yeah, the wife's in a sleeping pod, mat, cheap sleeping pillow. I've got the XL jungle blanket and the Nature Hike sleeping mat with a built-in pump. Wife's coffees and milk. Cheese and onion crisps. The wife's supplies of... I mean, she's wondering why her bag's heavy. Too much. Absolutely too much. Spare clothes. Her spare clothes. A small pair of clothes. And if you can just see that through there, that is the leopard skin thong. The plan is we are going to go and have a few bevies and some food in the Fox and Hound. Got a couple of snacks in there, but that is today's hike over, guys. So we're going to start off nice and early, get up probably about 7ish. The wife's going to have yoga for breakfast. I've got baby food. And then hopefully get a black sail. If we can get black sail for about lunchtime, hopefully the honesty box is open there so we can get in for a cuppa and a Mars bar for the wife.
Don't like Mars bars.
She can have a marathon. Right, so we'll catch us. They're hot. So we're just going to enjoy some scran. She's just had a decaf coffee. Diet Coke for me. We shall enjoy these and then probably head back. We've eaten well. We've had mushroom stroganoff with half chips, half rice, garlic bread, and a side of onion rings. The onion rings were massive, delicious. Couldn't even eat it all. But we're living the rock and roll lifestyle. It's about, what time is it? Oh, just after 7 o'clock, and we're tucked up in bed. Unfortunately, I've got the wife's stinky socks. Just there. They're my stinky socks. Right near my head. Wife's there.
That's where you put the stinky socks.
What socks?
The stinky socks.
Oh, you're making sense now.
It's been a long day.
12 miles done. Looking at about 15 tomorrow. So we're hoping to be at Black Sail tomorrow for about lunchtime. Hopefully dive in there for a cuppa or something. If not, we've got Honest to Slate Mine and we're booked in at the YHA Borrowdale. So it'll be a nice shower and a nice comfy bed waiting for us in Borrowdale. And then the plan is day 3 we'll go from Borrowdale to the finish and then back to Borrowdale because we're booked in for another night at Borrowdale.
We're not hiking back to Borrowdale though. We will be getting the bus.
She'll be getting the bus, I'll be hiking because I'm a lean, mean hiking machine. But for day 1, 12 miles in just over 4 hours is pretty good going, I think. Especially when you think we were up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Didn't even have time for my cup of tea this morning. I got a mouthful of it before I had to leave the house. But yeah, we're the only ones camping at the Fox and Hound, seeing no coaster coasters as of yet. So I'm guessing we should see some tomorrow, either at Borrowdale or on the trail. So from me, it's good night. From her,
Good night.
right, we'll catch you in the morning.